Well, you guys, what's up? Yeah, so let me explain the whole entire story. Let's go back to 3 weeks ago. It was right before Fancy's adoptiversary coming up, or, well, no, it's like already passed, that I have had her for 6 years now. And it just like kind of hit me that Fancy's turning 7 this year and she's getting older, and I had a full-blown breakdown, which I mentioned in a video. Even before that, my plan has always been to have another dog before Fancy passes. Now, I know I'm thinking really far ahead. She's got a long life still ahead of her, but I have just like always known in the back of my mind that when she passes, it's going to be really, really hard on me. And I wanted to have another puppy to ease that transition for me. Like, I will always be someone that has a dog. I love dogs so much, and I can say like I provide them a really, really great home. So I knew that that would happen. Now, in my head, I was kind of telling myself like, well, what if I find someone that has a dog? Like, then it's gonna work out. But it just kind of hit me this year, like, why the heck am I waiting for someone to come into my life to do the things that I want to do? Like, I heard this quote that a flower doesn't wait for a bee to come to blossom, it blossoms and then a bee comes. And that has just like kind of in my mindset this year of like, continue to create the life that you want to live, and if someone comes into your life, that's great, but like otherwise don't let it hold you back. And you know that you want to have a second dog before Fancy passes, and really like she's only getting older, and I know like by the time she's like 9 or 10, like she's just not gonna want a puppy. Like, she will not put up with that energy, where right now Fancy still has a ton of energy. Like, when I have people come into my house for example, okay, so I had like a pest control guy come into my house and do like a termite inspection. He was like, how old is she? And I was like, oh, she's like 6 going on 7 this year. And he legitimately thought that she was 2 years old, because she just has so much energy. And I think that's because like with her daily, and we do play, and like I keep her very active, which is like so good for her. So I think at this age she's really going to love and appreciate a puppy. And she's so good with like her fur cousins, Atticus, Carbon. She hasn't met Birch yet, but she loves other dogs. I think the hardest thing for her is gonna be sharing her mom. But anyway, 3 weeks ago, I was thinking about this. I was like, maybe it's time for me to start looking at a dog. My thought was like, when I move into the new house, get a fence, let's think about adding another member to this family. And then, wouldn't you know it, the very next day, my brother sends, we have like a sibling group chat, and he sends in the sibling group chat, meet the newest member of the pack. He was on a walk with his dogs in the morning. He's got 2. At the time, under the age of 2, one of them just hit 2 years old now. And he saw this dog that was tied to a fence at a park, just left alone. And he was like, what the heck is happening? So he went over and he realized that the dog was tied with shoelaces to a fence. And the puppy was freaking out, was trying to climb into his lap, and he just like knew that someone had abandoned this dog. So he brought it back home with him, contacted his wife because she was actually out of town that weekend, and they decided that they were going to foster until they found someone to adopt her. They ended up taking her to the vet and everything. She's not microchipped. She has no family. Like, it was so obvious that this poor, sweet little pup was abandoned. And when I saw a photo of her, I was like, that dog's got some Catahoula in her. And if you do not know, Fancy is a Catahoula mix. It's a Louisiana herding dog. I'm actually currently in Louisiana right now, Fancy State. It is Louisiana State dog. And because of Fancy, I've loved Catahoulas. Like, I think their coloring so cool. They are very high energy, like I was describing like with Fancy, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna end up getting a DNA test and like see what breeds this pup is, because I think she's also mixed with Husky, which is interesting. So we'll see. Anyways, long story. So then my sister was like, well, Fancy could use a sibling, and I was like, give me that pup. And it was like a little joke at first, but at the same time, like, I wasn't joking. And if you guys listen to the podcast, you know that's like how my sister and I work. But like, I wasn't joking because I was already thinking about it, and I was like, this pup is adorable. I don't want to put her through like the shelter process, adoption process. Even though she's a puppy, I'm sure she would have been adopted pretty easily. I was just like, let's keep another dog out of the system and let's just keep her in the family. So I called my brother, I asked what the heck was going on, and just like how he felt about the whole situation, how she was doing with his 2 dogs and all of that, and like what the process was gonna be like for them to put her up for adoption. And ultimately I decided to adopt her. So I told him, I was like, hey, like I will take her, no doubt about it. The only problem is I can't get her right now. I have housework and stuff that I need to get done so that then I can dedicate all my time and attention to her. And I was traveling up to Raleigh, and then I was going to the lake, and I had these things like already planned. I was like, is there any chance you can keep her for like 3 weeks and then I will come and get her? And they were more than happy. So yeah, that's why I've been like working myself like freaking crazy at the house. I was doing all of this stuff that I needed to do because I knew that my long 8-hour days at the house are kind of over once this puppy comes into my life. And yeah, I'm really excited. So Fancy, I ended up adopting when she was 8 months old. This pup, when they took her to the vet, they said that she was 14 weeks old, I believe. I like backtracked it out, and that puts her, what I'm gonna call her birthday, as March 18th. So she just missed the Aries cutoff. She just missed it.
Poppy, Poppy, sit. Good girl. Do you want to say hi to the vlog? Hi, sweetie. Hi. This is gonna be my life, is Poppy chasing Fancy and Fancy hating everything. Stop, you cuteness, I can't handle you. Well, that just like, I don't have a lens cap on this yet either, so that was not great, Poppy, that was not great. We will learn photo skills. Oh, I just not realizing I did not close that. Life of a parent of 2 dogs. I'm like, how do we do this? I had to like feed Fancy, so I had to train Poppy. That plant is gonna be too long for Poppy. That's a problem, that's a problem. I did not puppy proof this place. So that's one thing, you guys, like I did not prep at all for Poppy. I did not buy anything for her. Like, mind you, okay, Fancy has like so much stuff, so it's not like I needed to really buy anything for her. But you have a crate, huh? That's what you needed, yeah. She's seriously too unbelievably cute. My plan was to like vlog her and Fancy meeting for the first time, but when I showed up at the house, my brother and sister-in-law and all 3 dogs were already outside, and I was like, this is gonna be really overwhelming, and Fancy was a bit freaked out as the pack like came at her. So these 2 have not really intermingled that much. Like Fancy's fine with her. It's just that Fancy's kind of like, who the heck are you? What are you doing in my space? Mom, why did you bring this thing home with us? I did not agree to this. But they look super cute together. Poppy. Good. Good. Come on, let's go. Let's go potty. Let's go potty. Come on. Potty. You got it. Good, go ahead. Oh, tired. Oh, this is perfect because I actually really need to shower and I need to do work. So, just a little chat with you guys. The road trip, I was so worried about the road trip, just like, cause she's a puppy, you know, like she needs exercise, she needs to like let out some energy, she needs like stimulated, but she did so incredibly well. I ended up leaving around 3:30 this morning because I just wanted to put her in the car already sleepy, and then I could get a few hours in before I had to let her out and really like get some energy out, but she did so freaking well. I ended up putting a bone back there for her, and only 2 times was she like bored and she chewed the bone, but otherwise she was absolutely amazing, slept basically the whole entire time. Our stops were pretty easy. We did 1 training on the stops because she needed breakfast. She's like, oh my gosh. That level of cuteness, I can't handle it. I can't. 2 to end out this vlog. Little Poppy training session, huh? This is what we do for food, don't we? Down. Good. Down. Up. Sit. Down. Good. Shake. No, you got too excited. Good, good girl. You got far too excited. Shake. Good girl. Very good. We're learning a little bit of patience here, okay? Wait. Good. You're getting better at that. She also knows like a few other things, so let's see. How many things do you know? Far more than your sister. Yeah, it's impressive. Come over here. Come here. Sit. Get a little reward for that. Okay. Ready? Touch. Okay, well, did you see how fast she did that? Touch. Good. Okay. Sit. Touch. Good. Okay. We're also training to give kisses because that's what's important in this household, isn't it? Right? Kisses. Good. So far we're just like bumping noses, but to me that counts. We will eventually get to the lick phase. You're too distracted. You need to focus. Good. The snap, by the way, is so that she looks at me. It's to pay attention to me. So my brother says, watch me. And she'll like stare right at you. But something I do with Fancy to get her attention is just a, and then like the direct eye contact. Good girl. You're so good. Okay. We need to work on this patience thing again, okay? Wait. Sit. Wait. Okay, hold on. Wait. Wait. Good. Go ahead. Search. Oh, you missed some. Search. Search. Poppy. Search. Good. That is it for the Poppy vlog. You guys will get so much more of her in the future, but we have to finish up mealtime. So, good night, you guys. Who the fuck let this happen? It has been a stressful few weeks. I have got my realtor coming over. This looks totally ridiculous. It started out bad and it ended up ending bad too. What the fuck is going on? What is my life right now? I'm a little bit disappointed.